it is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, greetings, dear viewers. I'm Quill Quickcard, and welcome to Minecraft Hardcore, the No Build Challenge, or the No Break Challenge, which I have been steadily trying to succeed at for several months. The rules are pretty simple. If it is something that you could actually place in the world, a block, or a flower, a piece of grass, a boat, if it is something that you can place in Minecraft, I'm not allowed to break it, or I fail. I cannot break it through my own actions. I can exploit mobs in order to break things. So, using creepers to break things, totally fine. I can't use dynamite, since that is something that I interact with and cause to explode. I can't place water, which runs over and, destroys grass or anything. That counts as destroying blocks. Just give me a minute to sort of dial in things. This is a very impromptu stream. Completely unplanned, unscheduled, and last thing I want to do here is... Let's see. Here we go. Nope, that is way too big. Let's move that over here. Okay, here we go. This is the list of all of my attempts, since I started keeping track on attempt number 16, where I've been keeping track of how every single attempt has failed. I have actually done 157 attempts at this and failed every single time. I think I've gotten 2 blaze rods. And that's as far as I've ever gotten here. Anyway, I wanted, just for the sake of, integrity, to actually start recording some of my attempts live. I record every one of my attempts. Typically, I just erase the videos because, they fail. And every once in a while, I'll have an attempt that I actually upload. But I decided, why not start doing a few of these live? So, first off, let's make a record of the seed and our coordinates. So that in the future, if anybody wants to actually check one of the runs, they have the information necessary to do that. And this will also sort of let me explain the process live. Anywho, first thing we need to do is find stuff. We basically need to... village and water ruins. Everything that we find has to come from chests. And there actually is a lot of stuff that you can get from chests that is very, very good and very helpful. Everything we need can be acquired from chests. Is there a chest in this ruin? There is. Buried treasure. Let's see. Interesting. I'm going to get away from that right away. Let's actually turn down the music just a bit. There we go. I want to stay away from that because one of the deadliest things we can run into are drowned with tridents. Tridents are obscenely powerful, and I don't want to deal with them. You will also see that I am going to be not sprinting as much as possible until I'm actually sitting on a relatively good supply of food. And unfortunately, that can take a while. Ah, crap. Okay, an abandoned village. I think this is only the third time in all of the attempts I've run across an abandoned village. Hello, Mystic. Welcome to the stream. Minecraft without breaking anything. It's, hard. So, unfortunately, this means we're not going to be able to get any iron here. But we may still find a few chests that might have something useful. Bundles are good for storing extra items. Abandoned villages still spawn with all of the chests that they naturally would. The real problem is the zombie villagers, but they typically are not much of a threat. Okay, we actually got some food. That type of building does not have any chests in it. That type of building does not have any chests in it. Most of these regular plains houses don't have chests either. Still, always good to check, since there can be some variation among them. I have to be very cautious with my movement. Plains villages are actually the absolute worst type to run into on this challenge. They consistently have the worst loot. However, curiously enough, they are the best type of village to find if they have a structure with a grindstone. Because those chests seem to have some of the best chances of actually containing obsidian. And grindstone building chests are one of exactly 3 ways available to me to get obsidian. The other 2 ways are in chests outside of ruined nether portals. And the final way is, of course, using buckets of water and lava. Okay, there's another village over there. We still want to be very cautious. Spruce forest villages are actually the best type of village that I can find. But they are also the hardest type to find because they are the hardest to spot. Typically, the forests in which you find them are very dense. The trees are still packed around the village structures themselves, typically. And while they do have campfires, which are often the easiest way to spot them, the campfire smoke often does not go high enough to be seen above the canopy. Then there's acacia villages. Those are pretty good. Desert villages are extremely good. And snowy villages can be okay as well. But you basically just have to take what you get. Another great thing about villages is that every village has a golem protecting it. And you can kill golems. And every time you kill a golem, it's going to drop between 3 and 5 iron. Which is really, really, really important. Iron... Oh, okay, they have a grindstone building. That's perfect. We might get some gems. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll even get some obsidian. These early parts of the runs are typically very, very kind of samey. There's a lot of running around, there's a lot of walking for long stretches without anything. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. We're just going to tap this golem. Excuse me. So I don't think the golem can actually... No, okay, he can come up here. Come on. Come on. Nope, okay. I wasn't able to bait him to the door, accidentally messed up. And there is the end of attempt 158. Killed by golem. I was not actually trying to die there, but it does help to sort of highlight just how difficult this challenge can really be. Okay. Oh, we're right next to a pale forest. It's nice. There's our seed. We're over dark oak next to a pale forest. We've got a regular spruce forest over here. We absolutely do not want to be in the pale forest at night. If we're in a pale forest at night, the run can almost be as good as over, and that is one hell of a pit. But maybe with the spruce forest, it will be nice to us. What happens at night? So, an enemy spawns at night in the pale forests. It moves when you're not looking at it. And if it catches you, it can be difficult to escape from. Because you basically have to maneuver away from it while looking at it, which means that you can't easily tell where you're going. So even though they're not terribly likely to just insta-kill you, it is difficult to get away from them, and each forest can spawn multiple copies. They actually spawn, and their range of movement is tied to a heart, which is hidden inside one or more of the bigger trees. So this is an old-growth spruce forest. Old-growth spruces, I don't think actually spawn villages. I think it has to be a regular spruce forest. I could be wrong about that, but that sort of reflects my experience. The things that we really need to try to do is, of course, we need to access the Nether, because we need blaze rods in order to create Eyes of Ender in order to find and activate the portals within the strongholds. We need gear, because this is hardcore, and the enemies are hitting a lot harder. Typically, I don't want to go into Nether until I'm running at least full iron, which is not too hard to get considering how much the golems drop. See, now we're on the edge in dark oak areas, so I want to try and work my way back toward the spruce. There's never any telling how far you're actually going to have to walk in order to find stuff. I keep the audio subtitles on there in the bottom right, specifically so that they can help me pick up noises very, very easily. Oh, hey, okay, ruined portal. Perfect. Whoops. Ruined portal. But its loot chest has spawned inside a wall. So, unfortunately, I won't get any loot from here. Every ruined portal, and you'll find them in different sizes and different states of ruin, spawns with a chest. If you're unlucky like this, sometimes it spawns within the terrain and you can't reach it. But the chests for ruined portals contain gold tools and weapons and armor, lodestones, occasionally flint, coal, I think coal, and obsidian. This portal, we also can use ruined portals if, they've got a good chunk of regular obsidian to finish them and make them into portals with less than 10 pieces of obsidian. Which is really helpful, because sometimes obsidian just does not want to show up in the loot tables. I have done attempts where I've played for more than 2 hours without coming across a single piece of obsidian. And while you definitely can make a nether portal, as long as you have 2 buckets and access to lava and water, the problem is that when you place water, it flows and it destroys all of the grasses and stuff on the ground. So I've had a few runs where I tried to make nether portals using lava and water in controlled locations, but the water spread, unfortunately, took out some grass and I had to fail those runs. That's just another thing that can happen. I also have to be careful when I am fighting mobs, because it's fairly easy to accidentally hit grasses while you're fighting. And that, again, would also be a failure. I came up with the idea for this challenge last year, and I kind of go through spurts where I will do, several attempts at a time, and then just sort of, not bother with it for a week or a month at a time, and then I'll come back and I'll do more. And this has just been an ongoing cycle. Are you allowing yourself to use creepers as demolition? Yes. My rule is that if I am interacting with something by right-clicking or left-clicking in order to interact with a thing, to make it do a thing that breaks something, I am responsible for that break. Creepers, I do not have to interact with. Exploding is a completely natural part of their behavior, which they will do without any player input whatsoever. So I can help maneuver them into very specific areas to explode, but ultimately they do that on their own. Which is good, because I'm pretty sure without TNT or creeper explosions, it would actually be impossible to reach the end portals in most seeds, since they are so deep underground. And depending on how the terrain generation goes, actually finding my way to an end portal is probably going to be the most time-consuming and difficult part of the entire process. The one thing I am allowed to break are end crystals. And this is because I have looked at multiple potential ways of avoiding destroying end crystals. And I cannot find any possible way to do it. Any way to beat the end dragon, either while the end crystals are still up, or without, the point is, I'm not aware of any way to take out the ender dragon without destroying the end crystals. That does not involve other things that would also break blocks. Things like bed explosions, which I unfortunately can't do because it requires clicking on a block in order to trigger an explosion. We're actually coming up on our first night. We are pretty lucky to have access to a village at night. That's good. We also kind of live like a nomad, since we don't have like a permanent base for most of the run. And it takes a long time to get into a position where there's actually an advantage to building a base. Believe it or not, in this challenge, one of the hardest things to actually gain access to easily is wood. You either need to find wood in the chests of either pillager outposts or specifically spruce village chests, or you need to use creepers to blow up trees. And there is a definite sweet spot where a creeper will get a destroyed tree to drop wood. Oh, pillager outpost. That's perfect. Okay. I was wondering if I wanted to skip the night or not. Since we do have access to a pillager outpost nearby, we're just going to let the night get skipped. But first we have to kill this golem. So we're going to be clicking here for a while. Basically, the cooldown here is I can damage it every time it stops being red. So I've gotten very good at being able to judge that exact sweet spot in time. But let's skip the night first. Okay. Get up, leave. Golem. Okay, the golem's over here. Alright, he is still aggroed on me. Perfect. Let's keep trying to destroy the golem. Without any armor, the golems can one-shot you. So if you get within their attack range, you're dead. Hopefully he will drop the full 5 iron. We need 2 pieces of iron so that we can start acquiring blocks. Okay, Poppy's useless. We did, unfortunately, only get 3 pieces of iron. But 2 pieces of iron is enough to start collecting blocks. And we need blocks. When we go into the Nether, we might end up needing hundreds of blocks in order to construct barriers, reach locations, and plus, just having access to blocks is good too. I have to be careful where I place blocks, though. If I place a block on a spot where there's grass, I have broken grass. It is, however, okay to place them in liquid. That's just a rule that I have to have for just logistical purposes. I try not to use up liquid blocks by placing things in them, but it's not... I don't consider it a loss. And the reason I have that rule is because sometimes in the Nether, you are going to be absolutely and completely screwed unless you allow yourself to block off lava. So, Pillager Outpost. It's in a very difficult position. But it also has a very high chance of having wood. It can also have crossbows, arrows, bottles of enchanting, which give experience. The only problem is that they are protected by pillagers, who have ranged attacks and who chase you for a very long distance. Typically, I like to start sprinting when I get close to approaching these, since it gives the enemies the least amount of time to spawn and position themselves. But approaching one with this kind of terrain makes that very difficult. Okay. Alright, we're good. Oh, damn. That's bad. Okay. We're alive. Alright, we're going to have to be fast. Okay. 5 logs. 5 logs is absolutely phenomenal. And then we get out of here. We just walk this way. Doesn't matter what direction. We just need to get out. We just need to get out. Fully charged crossbows hurt like hell. We currently have access to 20 wooden planks from these 5 logs. That is enough to absolutely get this run off the ground. But we're going to sprint jump our way toward the sea. Don't touch the berries, they hurt you. Okay. It's not much, but here's a few blocks. Might help. Perfect. And let's get into the water. I don't know if we're still being chased. We very, very well could be. But once we hit this sandbar, we're going to be okay. Okay. We're alright. Let's drop the bottle. Let's take a look at what we got. We got a whole bunch of logs. We got a crossbow and 3 arrows. That's really good. We got carrots. We got string. We got a goat horn. So that's important. Let's eat a couple carrots. And I do have enough for a crafting table, a shield, and a boat. So, unfortunately, I cannot break Didn't I have a 3rd piece of iron? Oh, right. No, I used it for the shield. So, unfortunately, I cannot break my crafting table. And I also cannot break my boat. So, we're just going to have to hope that this is a very big stretch of water. This is a very good start, though. We have access to mobility, and we have a way to block creepers, blasts. And that means that we are in a very, very good position to gather more wood at night with creeper blasts. Typically, finding that sweet spot where you're close enough to the creeper to make it explode, but not close enough to take a lot of damage, is very challenging. This ship looks like it's on its side. If it is fully intact, it'll have 3 chests. A fully intact sunken ship has 3 chests in it. 1 on the surface, 1 on the main deck, and then 2 below deck. This will be, I believe, just a 1-chester. Okay. That's fine. So this is going to be the food chest, I believe. Nope. Okay, that's actually some pretty good stuff. Let's get out of here before we drown. There's another sunken ship here. This one looks like it's completely intact. So the chest on the upper level of the ship contains gems, ores, and metals. The 2 below deck, one has charts, paper, maps, that sort of thing, and the other contains food. Each sunken ship also has a door under the water, and because of the way Minecraft works, an open door underwater actually has an air pocket. So that makes for easy exploration. Alright, what's in this chest? Emerald, iron, iron. The gold Nautilus armor is better. Let's get to the surface. There we go. We made it without taking a single point of water damage. Excellent work. We've got a blast protection hat and blast protection boots. Cursive binding boots. We're not going to take those with us. This is golden Nautilus armor. If you haven't kept up with Minecraft, the newest patch actually added Nautiluses to the game, which are little... If you don't know what a Nautilus is, it's a real-life animal. You can basically think of it as like a tiny squid or octopus with a snail shell. That's like the easiest way to describe it. They are now mountable in Minecraft. You can tame them with pufferfish, and once tamed, you can equip them with a saddle and ride them around underwater. They give you a water-breathing buff, which is really nice, and they can equip armor. Looks like over here we have an ocean monument. We also got a bunch of carrots from that, which is really good. Books. Is that another sunken ship? You'll also frequently see these underwater ruins. You can get good stuff from underwater ruins, but the problem is that a lot of drowned spawn around them. And drowned with tridents are basically 2 shots and you die. Tridents are exceedingly powerful. You also have to be really careful when you are on the boat, because if you go into somewhere that has whoa. Okay, that was a great chest. If you go into somewhere that has lily pads, you can break lily pads by running into them full speed with a boat. Which, again, is breaking a block and a fail. Wheat is good in case you need to breed some sheep in order to more efficiently get wool blocks. Wool blocks are about the least desirable you could have in the Nether, given how flammable they are. But if it's a choice between nothing and wool blocks, I will take wool blocks. I see lights up there. Is that a village? Or is that from lava? No, that's a house. That's definitely a house. Okay. Let's see if we can't get there and skip the night. I do have a shield. A lot of times I would not want to make a run like this through like a hilly forest area. It's very, very risky, but with a shield I can block skeleton shots and creeper blasts. And this will let me skip another night safely. Eventually, I may end up spending a night just out in the wilds, blowing up trees or hunting spiders or something. But we're not yet at a point where that is necessary. Here we go. Nope. Go, go, go. Okay. There's an Enderman over there. Which is always great, but my first priority is to get through the night. Okay, that's a leatherworker building. There we go. I'm pretty sure a zombie is approaching. Okay. We should be fine. Alright, there's still a few creepers around. That's good. We're going to use them to get some dirt. Dirt is a very good, solid building block. Okay. And you can get a surprising amount of dirt. Like, that was 16 blocks of dirt from that one explosion. It's very, very efficient to gather a large quantity of dirt with that. And with the help of the shield, you're basically immune to creeper explosions. There we go. Now we need to get more iron. Hello, sir. Can I safely open this door? Is there any... Okay. Sometimes doors... Alright. So he actually is not able to reach me. Dude, go away. I nearly broke a torch there. I have to be extremely careful. If my aim goes down or to the right, I can easily break grass or a torch. But there's a shepherder villager around here. Okay. Just go in. Go. Bro, get the hell out of here. There we go. That is a much safer angle. He's still going to try to come back, though. Bro. Oh my god. Doing this challenge has... Bro! Back off! He's gonna walk back and he's gonna push the golem closer. Villagers absolutely do not learn. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Go! We're close to killing the golem. There we go. Okay. So we're actually up to 20 iron bars right now, which is really, really good. We got a saddle. That's great. We got pants. That's great. We got bread. That's great. Okay. So I've nearly got a full set. Okay, so here's another important thing to learn. When you open doors, if there is grass on the block immediately in front or immediately behind them, they will break it. Per my rules, that would be a failure if I opened that door. Let's grab a bit more wool. It might be best to abandon the boat. Because we can get a horse here and just ride it around. There we go. The horses really, really do help a lot with navigation of the land. Even a slow horse just makes it easier. Thank you. Okay, horsies. Good tea tonight. It is a vanilla-flavored black tea. Okay, a few more sheep as well. I have everything I need right here to actually build another portal safely. It's way, way too early in the run to do that. And yet, the fact it is possible could work. Because we've got water here. We've got lava here. Easily more than 10 squares of it. We could definitely have a platform. Okay. Let's do it then. You know, I have never gotten past the nether phase of this process. But I am in a very good position right now with a grand total of 24 iron. So I can make my 2 buckets. And we can make a chest plate. Okay. So this is going to be very awkward. There we go. That's 1 block of obsidian. That's 2 blocks of obsidian. This all gets very awkward very quickly. Okay. That's fine. We're just gonna put a couple more blocks here to more easily reach this. Perfect. Okay. That's good. I am admittedly not super good at doing this yet. So, what I need is to be able to carefully place this. Okay, that's good. I am definitely not ready to go into the Nether. I don't even have a way to light a Nether portal right now. There we go. Water fell. We're all good. Okay. Right there. Right there. Whoops. Yeah. Speedrunners make this look easy. Okay, we got that. so the next one will be an obsidian right there. And then we'll go back to the village. Okay. Whoops. Got it. Okay. Where is my rideable horse? Here's my rideable horse. Let's go. Oh, right! There was a whole building on top of the mountain I didn't check. And I'm pretty sure that's a profession structure. It may have a chest in it. Okay, that's a skeleton. That's a spider. Okay, so unfortunately, I think this is a night we're just going to have to survive. I can use the opportunity, though. I need wood, I need dirt, I need blocks. Unless... No. Okay, of course, you don't have anything that helps me. We are being chased by zombies. I need creepers. I need access to creepers. Okay. Not really seeing... Oh, okay, here we go. Creeper. Thank you, sir. I need to recruit your help, please. I need you to help take out these zombies, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. Got him. It's plenty more dirt. Get rid of the seeds. Okay, here's another creeper. That's perfect. Okay, creeper, I want you to blow up right here. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, we got a log and planks out of that. That's wonderful. Okay, spiders... No. I have enough to make... I have enough to make, like, an iron sword now. Okay, perfect. Hey, buddy. Come on. Alright, I want you to blow up, like, right there. Perfect! Excellent work. We are destroying this man's life, and I could not be happier. This is actually going extremely well. What I don't have, though, is a way to start a fire yet. I need to get either flint or a flint and steel. Actually, if we can have a creeper blow up the wheat, that would give me a lot more bread. Come on, I need... Yes! Creeper! Come on, creeper. Come on. You're my friend now. You're my friend. You're gonna help me blow up this wheat. Yeah, like right here. Oh, that's perfect. Excellent work, Creeper. There we go. How many did we get? We got 6. Okay, we can definitely do better than 6. We're only a little past halfway through the night. Oh, wait, crap. No, bro, you need the saddle. Saddle, thank you. Let's go. Oh. Hey. Oh. Ah, damn it. Just got a call. I have no idea who from. We're just gonna ride around a bit, try to reset the spawns. Honestly, I think that's enough for the night. Okay. So, what objects do I definitely not need? Saplings, seeds, poppies, buried treasure map, gunpowder. Okay. Let's keep working on this portal. Cool. Yes, we do have more wood. Wood is great. We can get sticks. Sticks are great. I can get an iron sword. Iron sword is great. And iron leggings are great. Okay. Perfect. We just need one more spot. And then we have a completed nether portal. Okay. That is perfect. That is exactly what I was trying to get. That's great. All right. We're gonna go ahead and make a map of this area so I can find my way back to it very easily. And we're going to go on a ride. I need flint and steel in order to activate that nether portal. So we need to find a village with a Fletcher that has a chest, which might have flint. Or I need to find another ruined portal with a chest that has flint. Really great news, but with this latest update, horses no longer just sink. Which is really good, because horses sinking in water and constantly bucking you off was one of the biggest things that made them just a real pain in... Oh, there's a ruined portal right here. Huh. Okay. I mean, honestly, I would worry people would call me out for this being fake at this point, since this is actually really convenient. But I'm literally doing it live. Okay, we got lodestones. Oh my god, we got gold armor. That is so good for the nether. Okay. Okay, that is so good. We didn't get what I was hoping for, but we absolutely got incredibly useful stuff. That is great. I'm going to reward myself with a little wafer. If I could get more arrows as well, I do have a crossbow. Crossbow would be really helpful if I had more arrows. The easiest way to get arrows is by trading with a Fletcher. Fletching tables can spawn naturally. Look at that. Look at that fall. That would have sucked. Fletching tables can spawn naturally in villages, but you can also make them with wood and 2 flint. I am in about as good a position as I could hope to be. Nevertheless, finding flint really can be a problem. I am trying to remember if flint is one of the things that can show up in sunken ship treasure chests. And I don't think it is. Come on. Let's keep going. Come on. Come on, horse. Oh. Okay. This is definitely not... Oh! This is definitely not the fastest or strongest horse I've ever had. 2 flint! 2 flint! Oh my god, and obsidian, gold bars! Oh, that... Okay, okay. Okay, okay. What's going in? Moss blocks. The black wool. We're taking those. Curse of Vanishing. We don't need that. Lodestone is fantastic. Golden axe can be good. The fence, the stairs. We're not going to take that. We've got flint and steel. Okay. I'm going to the Nether. I cannot think of another time I found 3 ruined portals that close together. We should be showing back up on the map pretty soon. Whoa! Pretty sure it should just be this way. Right? Do not tell me I got turned around. Like, surely not. Surely I did not get turned around. Okay, I definitely didn't, because that's the other Nether portal. which means that we need to go vaguely this direction. So, this is where the real challenge begins. Once I actually try doing stuff in the Nether, I have never managed to come out of it alive in this challenge. Ever. And I'm going to need a lot of blaze rods. Now, I do have a shield. I do actually have a good supply of stuff in general. There's my portal. Okay. I'm gonna leave my horse here. And going to make a few more arrows. That's not a lot. Mending boots are good to have. Okay. Going to arrange a few torches around. The light from the lava basically is going to keep this whole area from having any mobs spawn. Okay. And alright. I've got a crossbow. I've got arrows. I've got gold for trading. I've got blocks. I've got a backup axe. We can make a bunch of bread. Okay. We're going in. All right. The majority of my runs never make it into the Nether. That's how hard this is. Okay. I try not to use coordinates much. But I'm actually going to... There we go. Just so I can make note of the location of my portal. This is actually one of the best Nether spawn points I've ever gotten. I actually have room to walk and travel. Hold on. Yes. Ooh, zombie piglins can spawn with spears now. For you. Okay. Nothing useful over there. Just need to be very careful. Let's actually get this crossbow ready to go. I don't have enough arrows to Is that a fortress? That looks like brick. Is that nether brick? That's nether brick. There's a fortress. There's a fortress right over here. Okay. This is good. Sometimes fortresses can be hundreds of blocks away. It's a nether fortress, and I have easy access to it. Okay. Okay, we're fine. And we have an easy way to step back out. Okay. Oh! Well, hold on. Buddy, stop. Come back. Damn it. Need to reach this guy. Hold on. Hey, buddy. I have gold. 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 There. Okay. Okay, leather. Leather, that's a start. A water bottle. Okay, not exactly getting much from these trades. And gravel. Okay. Well, the trades are not going to help me today. Alright. This run is actually possible. Okay. One hit from a wither skeleton could potentially be fatal. Okay. Unfortunately, it's looking like this is not a particularly good Nether Fortress build. Okay. Throughout this area, I need to be able to interrupt the attacks from blazes and also wither skeletons. So I'm going to be building some structures like this as we go along. Okay. Blazes. Okay. 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 Nope. Enemy down. Where? Where? I hear him. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Nope. Nope. I'm hearing way too many blazes. This is a relatively sizable fortress. First thing I want to do, I want to look around. I want to see if I can find any treasure. Unfortunately, I spent 4 arrows already. Okay. Alright, I found the blaze spawner. I am so damn nervous right now. I'm basically out of blocks. I'm out of good blocks, at least. But with access to a blaze spawner, I do have the potential I think I just have to be brave. Okay. That's fine. We got him. There we go. Block it. Okay. Okay, okay. We're just gonna put a lodestone on top. Here we go. Nope. Okay. Let's go. Let's eat. Let's eat. Okay. Oh boy. That's one blaze rod. Okay. That's good. That's good. Eat. Okay, we're good. Eat. We're already up to 3 blaze rods. We're already up to 4 blaze rods. Okay, and it's blaze powder 2 per rod. This is farther than I've ever gotten. I'm serious. This is farther than I have ever gotten in this challenge. I've never had floor blaze rods. Okay. 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 The wood marks the way out. Okay, that's fine. Got him. Okay, 5 blaze rods. Alright. I don't want to leave here until I have at least 10. I don't want to leave without at least 10 blaze rods. I want to make sure that I never have to come back. Okay. Alright, I have 2 arrows left. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Nope. That one's out of the way. Okay. Got him. Got him. 6 blaze rods. For safety, we're going to have another block point right there. Okay. We're doing good. Oh, God. Come on. Come around the side, you little adventurous jerk. Okay, that's fine. Someone will be brave. Someone will try to come get me. Oh, damn it. Okay, nope, nope, burning. That's fine. It's fine. That's fine. There's a blaze rod. Okay, that's fine. Let's go. 7 blaze rods. 7 blaze rods. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm almost done. I'm almost done with the nether portion of this challenge. I've never made it back from the nether. I've never gotten all the blaze rods. Okay, that's dangerous. Okay, that's fine. No. 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 No! God! How is it half a heart? How is it half a heart? Okay. Okay. Got it. Just exhausting my potatoes. Potatoes are the most useless food. Crap. 9. 9. 9. 9. I am at 9 blaze rods. Honestly, this is going very well. Just for extra safety margin. Okay. Shield is still holding up. Shield is not broken. Why? 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 What's hitting me? No! No, 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 no. Crap. Die. Die! No! 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 Oh, God! Damn it! Well, anyway, that was attempt 159. Killed by Blaze. Best attempt yet. Anyway, let's go again. That was attempt 159, my best attempt yet. Attempt 160. Okay, jungle. About the worst start I could hope for. Looks like it's the least dense in that direction. Of course, first I have to get out of the tree without dying. Ow. Well, okay, we've already taken damage. Let's move on. That one sucked. That one really sucked. I was like one blaze rod away from just leaving the nether. That would have been enough for 20 Eyes of Ender. Enough to probably handle any possible situation or circumstance I could have found myself in. Village spotted. I think I'll keep this stream going for around another 40 minutes. Probably shut it down at the top of the hour. We've already gotten a ruined portal, so that's good. It really sucked to lose that last attempt. That was like the gold run. That could have been it, you know? Okay, a crap load of golden stuff. Iron, lodestone, shovel. Cursive binding helmet. Nah, we'll leave it. Any armor's better than no armor, but I don't want to be in a situation where I'm basically stuck with that thing on my head and no way to remove it. Curse of Vanishing is fine. It'll just disappear forever once it breaks. I do want to clarify that breaking weapons and armor are not failures, since they are not things that you can place as blocks. This looks like a nice little starter village. Have to be careful not to trample crops. I count that as destroying a block. Hopefully... Ooh, 3 emeralds already and a bundle. That's really good. And the shovel, while it's extremely weak, will get a bit of extra damage onto the golem, making it a little bit easier and faster to get my first bits of iron. I'm actually going to have a video coming out on my channel in the next couple of days. It was the video of attempt 157. Which was one of the slowest attempts I have yet had. Those videos have no commentary. Since I basically reached a point early on where I realized if I had to record fresh commentary for every single run, under the assumption that, you know, it would be the first one anybody would see, it would drive me absolutely insane, having to reiterate all that stuff constantly. This is like the god village for emeralds and food. This is amazing. This is absolutely fantastic. This is a great village. Okay. Come and get me, golem. Come on, bro. Come on. And now we're just going to hit with the shovel until the shovel breaks. It's not a lot of damage, but it's a start. I've actually had a couple runs where I've managed to get an infinity bow. One time I looted an infinity bow from a chest somewhere out there, and another time I actually had enough iron to make an anvil, and enough emeralds to trade for an infinity book from a librarian. There we go. We got our shears. There's an acacia village up there. It's probably been a good 10 runs since I've come across acacia villages. Which is really bizarre, because for a big stretch there, I was just finding them constantly. Like, it was a weird run if I found something other than an acacia village. Acacia villages also seem to have a very high probability of having cartographer. And the cartographer buildings always have chests in them. Not typically anything, like, especially good in the chests, but they do tend to have paper and food. And every once in a while a compass as well. And compass and lodestone are super good. If you don't know, a lodestone is a block you can place in the overworld, and then if you use a compass on the lodestone, from that point forward, the compass will always point toward that lodestone, no matter how far away you go in the dimension. So you can actually use them to find your spawn point in the Nether, which is one of the most important things they can do. But you can also set up a portal or a base and always be able to find your way back to it without having to resort to checking coordinates. Very, very useful things. Lodestones are actually surprisingly common in ruined portal chests. Yep, I can already see 2 cartographer buildings. Those are the ones up on stilts. Acacia villages are also the best ones for harvesting wood, since most of their buildings are just absolutely loaded with wood logs in the construction. And every log you can get is 4 planks, so it's about as ideal as it can be. Bundle, map, stick. Okay, stick is actually really good. Hey man, you want to come with? Oh no, this wasn't cartographer. This was butcher. Oh, sweet. Got some beef. Ugh. Well, welcome to the next 60 to 90 seconds of our lives. I'm getting off my rhythm here. Okay, he's at the final stage of cracking. I'll probably wait till nightfall and see if I can't destroy some of these buildings with creepers. This one's actually completely ideal, since I can lure a creeper in there and then maneuver myself out of it. Right here would also be another absolutely perfect spot to plant a creeper explosion. Got lava over there. More bread, more emeralds, a saddle. This really is the god run for emeralds. if I find an Infinity Book, if I find a librarian trading an Infinity Book, I'm absolutely going to go for it. Okay, that's Cleric. Here we go. Okay. Do not trample the farmland. That counts as breaking a block. Okay. Nothing there. Oh, that's a skeleton. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. We are sprinting past that. Nothing in there. More bread. I'm actually going to take this tall and this short grass. I will be able to explain why shortly. But first, this is actually kind of ideal. Hello there. I would like to borrow you for a minute. If you wouldn't mind standing right here. Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Zombie. Alright, how are we at? That was good for 1 log. Oh, there was a chest in that other building. Cool. Sure, if you wouldn't mind exploding. Okay. That's more acacia. Some chicken, some dirt. I'll take the torch, and with that, we'll sleep through the night. Okay. And then run very quickly because a skeleton is over there. Jeez! Okay. Nope. Okay. Well, that was a very, very good attempt. But I am afraid that attempt 160 has ended when we were blown up by a creeper. Alright. Well, easy come, easy go. Attempt 161. Oh. Oh. Okay. I am very high up, it seems. Well, at least this might give me a bit of an early edge noticing things. We've got a ruined portal over there. A village over this way. Anything interesting over there? Not that I can tell. Okay. Well then, what's the quickest way to get down? What's the quickest way to get down and also to live? This is a very oppressive spawn spot. Okay, this looks traversable. There we go. Doing this challenge has given me an opportunity to see so many Minecraft worlds. And has really just let me fall in love with the geometry of this world and this game all over again. Okay. How do I get down? How do I get down? How do I get down? This looks steep but survivable. That's how we get down. Perfect. Alright, to the Ruined Portal. This is also a nice flat expanse of savanna. Might have some good stuff. We got the dolphin helping me swim a bit faster. Thank you, Mr. Dolphin. When the apocalypse comes, I shall remember you and your kind, and I shall lament your loss. Oh, we're right next to a sunken ship as well. Definitely a broken sunken ship. That's going to be one chest at best. No, actually, that might be a two-chester. Okay. Cool. No, the... Okay. The other side's not there. Alright. Let's check this then. 1 obsidian, that's great. An axe and a sword. Thorns and unbreaking armor. A lot of gold nuggets. Golden apple, that's an absolutely fantastic chest. Okay, before we start going the other way in search of the village that we spotted, let's see if we can spot any villages over here first. Not that I can see. Alright. So then to the other side of this absolutely crazy mountain first. I love when mountains like this have, like, one tree just up on the edge, you know? It's a really striking feature. Oh, another sunken ship. Cool. I've had a lot of luck this stream actually getting, like, seeds that behave. Sometimes you will genuinely get a seed where you will walk around for an hour. Ran into a pufferfish. Sometimes you will genuinely get a seed where you walk around... Oh my god, dude. Just piss off, man. Leave. Sometimes you'll genuinely get seeds where you walk around for an hour without finding a single thing. Moss block, that copper armor, not really that great. Dolphin's really taken me through some shallow areas. This is going to be difficult. The mangrove forests are very, very, very dense. It's easy to stumble into pits. And when you are this early into a no-break challenge, falling into a hole that's more than 2 blocks, well, that's more than 1 block deep, can be the end of a run, if you have nothing that you can place to get back out. There was a run where I actually had to take some of my iron, and just in my 4x4 inventory, actually create an iron trap door in order to climb out of a pit that I fell into in my first village. That was a weird run. This is very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen... Throw away the seeds. I don't think I've ever seen a plains village that's just straight on the edge of a mangrove forest biome like this. It's even got generation inside the biome. I've definitely never seen that before. Emerald... This is a really interesting village. Some really, really cool generation. You sell a mending book. Hello, Golem. Hello. And time to punch a golem to death. Hurry up and die. I'm really falling off my rhythm there. Okay, we got the least number of iron that we could from that. That sucks. At least I have somewhere safe to sleep for the night. Apple. Bundle. Someday I'm going to do this. I actually do have one last idea for possibly being able to break end crystals without actually having to interact with them directly. And that idea was to rely on snow golems. There is a Fletcher in this village. Or the potential for a Fletcher. I don't know. I mean, well, that's the end of this run. Because I have no way to climb out of this hole. Possibly. Hold on. Okay. Wait. wait. Okay, Moss Block can get me here. 2 Lodestones can get me here. Never mind, I'm okay. Thank God. I was afraid I was going to have to use up my obsidian. By the time I actually get a run where I'm able to leave the Nether with all the blaze rods I'll ever need, I am genuinely thinking that at that point, I will keep playing until I have identified where the stronghold is. And that's when I will actually start using... I'll probably, like, load up that same seed into another world, use spectator mode, just try and kind of scout the terrain, actually be able to plan the best possible way to actually reach the stronghold. Because trying to dig down dozens of layers of solid stone with creeper explosions is going to be a monumental task. And I really need to have a plan going into it. And that's going to give me all the time I could possibly need to do even more research into the possibility of alternative ways to either break the end crystals, or, and I think this is much less likely, to take out the Ender Dragon without destroying the end crystals and without using bed strats. So, yeah, this is something that's definitely going to... I mean, I say it's definitely going to take time, but who the hell knows? You know, for all I know, I'm going to walk in this direction for 5 minutes, and I'm going to run into chests containing everything I could possibly need. There's really just no way of predicting what you're going to find in any given seed, you know? That's one of the things that I think makes this challenge so fascinating. It's also worth noting, though, that if I do ever succeed on this challenge, it will actually be the first time I've ever beat Minecraft in hardcore. I've never actually done it. I'm not typically a hardcore player. I'm more of a, here is my one world and I will keep it running for years and continuously work on it sort of person. Oh, Pillager Outpost. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. We might find weapons, some wood there. Let's not go in until I am topped up on my food. And... come on, give me that last heart. There we go, okay. Alright, we're going sprinting. We sprint jump for the fastest movement possible to make sure that we give the pillagers the least amount of time to take advantage of their superior weapons. Okay, let's go. Oh dear God, I ran straight into their spawn area. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh my God, this is the worst pillager outpost I've ever raided in terms of enemies. Okay, we're just gonna block the stairs. That's a lot of stuff impaling. Okay, crossbow. Wheat. Tripwire hooks. Okay. Oh God. No, 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 no. Oh, okay, okay. This is a pillager outpost plus a natural pillager spawn. They've got banners. Oh, dear God. Okay, try and serpentine a little as I bounce away. There. Alright, I'm on a straightaway now. Hello, oh my goodness. Welcome to the stream. Perfect. Yes, this is Java. Okay, I should be safe. Should be safe. This is the newest version, so I believe that's, yeah, 1.21. Okay, we're safe. We got 7 dark oak logs. That is really damn good. Okay. I got my sword. We can get a boat. So that's 1.17. This is purely a solo challenge. Just trying to beat Minecraft without breaking anything. Okay. Is there anything else useful I can do right now? I can get a gold bar. I'm beating Minecraft in hardcore without breaking any blocks. That is the goal. That is impossible. The only blocks that should be mandatory for me to destroy, personally, should be the end crystals, as far as I've been able to determine. Anything else that does need to be broken, like if I need to collect dirt blocks or I need to get wood from something, or to dig my way down to the stronghold, can be done by creeper explosions. Since I do not have to actually physically interact with the creepers to trigger those explosions, I consider them acceptable. This is a really, really good chest. But aside from that, beating Minecraft without breaking any blocks should be completely doable. The end crystals should be the only thing that absolutely must be broken under my current understandings. So we're already at 3 obsidian, which is really good. We also got a mending chest plate. You're making the challenge more hard. That's the idea. It is meant to be very, very difficult. That's why this is attempt number 161. Oh, hey, village. Perfect. We can rest at the village for the night. There shouldn't be anything I need to destroy. Ooh, and another village over on the other side. Okay, this is a 2-village island. Perfect. When I get a PC, that's when I'll run the newest version. I would be happy to do some multiplayer in the future. I don't normally play Minecraft multiplayer, but if I had a community of people who were interested in it, I would be happy to accommodate them. Alright. There we go. Nope, nothing there. Here we go. I'm interested. Well, be sure to subscribe and keep track of things on the channel as they move forward. I will take the leather boots. Leather boots let you walk on top of powdered snow. And let's check for other treasure. We've got a skeleton in the water, so he's not going to burn. Got bread, apples. There's the golem over there. Honestly, we may as well use the... Yeah, the silk touch axe to kill the golem. Breaking tools. I'm a Minecraft YouTuber too. Neat. I would not consider myself a Minecraft YouTuber, but I play from time to time. Breaking tools does not count as breaking blocks, since they are not things that you can place out in the overworld. So it's totally fine if I just bash this guy with an axe until it breaks. Come on, golem. I need your iron. There we go. Alright, 3 more iron. I'm actually going to be wrapping up in just a few minutes, since I have been going for a couple of hours now. I will save this particular world's attempt until the next time that I stream. I will start other attempts in the meantime, but we will leave this one valid, and at the very least, I'll do one more stream of this challenge, if only just to finish up this one attempt. But let's at least finish checking this village and the one over here before we stop for today. We've got enough food that we can afford to do our sprinting. Nice. Doesn't look like there's anything especially interesting in this village. But you never know until you check. I don't know why that villager is on his roof. I don't know why he's on his roof. I don't know why he went there. There's a lovely lava fall over there. Oh, there should be a chest in here. Lots of bread, lots of apples, lots of potatoes. The double door. That should be yet another house with a chest. More bread. More apples. Hello, golem. Come on. Okay. Next axe. I'm gonna get your iron. There we go. Okay, that was still only another 3 iron. Not great. Seriously, villager, what are you doing up there? You are a very silly man, and you should not be on the roof. Mason houses don't have chests. Furnace houses don't have chests. Alright. That's this village checked. Let's head back to my ship. And then we will head out into the wilds. Hello, boat. Boat is over there. Nope. I love chickens. I actually came across a chicken jockey on attempt 157. I think it's the first time I'd run into a chicken jockey while doing this challenge. Okay. Alright. That's going to be it for today. When we started today's stream, I was on attempt number 158. So we did attempt 158 today, where we were killed by a golem. Attempt number 159, where we were killed by a blaze. But it was the best attempt I've done yet. And then the very short-lived attempt 160, where we were blown up by a creeper. I will mark attempt number 161 as ongoing. And the next time I stream, we'll come back here to attempt 161. Now, if you will all excuse me, I need to see if I can keep mining for some more ancient debris. And I hope that you all have yourselves a fantastic day. It is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wow, 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 wow.